afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast from your host Imperial Game. We're off here to a Monday novice fight. A bit of a slightly shorter one than usual, though largely due to the fact that most of the other novice Monday fights have been rather pushing the edges of being too bloody long. And having a slight headache today, I'm not really feeling in the mood for those, so we are looking at a slightly shorter one, but I also think with some interesting points here. We'll be looking here at Mayibe fighting here for the Reich, Germany, holding out here for the 98th Infantry Division, going up here against Nidaros, fighting for the United States in the 90th Infantry Division, with infantry, airborne, and recon support, versus Mayibe with spearhead, joint operations, and mechanized assaults. Back to Nidaros though. Points being secured. Heading south there. Grenadiers arriving here for Mayibe. But why going off here to imagine check the fuel point in? Not necessarily a bad idea. Though a bit risky to do while you're taking the fuel point, as you could risk for some reason. I mean, they decided to do something else. It looks like he is back to wiring off now that it's done. Not entirely sure why he shifted away. There'll essentially be a small gap here where in theory troops could sneak through. So that would rather undermine the entire purpose of laying down barbed wire here. In the meanwhile, we are seeing here that Mayibe is so far not putting any sort of interest in the fuel point here. That's a bit of a peculiar opening in generally. I mean, you should try to get the fuel point as quickly as possible if possible. At the same time, we're seeing a larger force from Nidaros going down here. Two squads firing versus the south, like going to hit the one with fuel point. Another good squad here driving for Mayibe. Continuing with survivor work. No complaints here about hands hurting and whatnot. Point there being secured. Grenadiers finding them down here, splitting them up. I mean, generally, sort of, as a more novice German player, you generally have your Grenadiers supporting each other, having them sort of covering each other, so in case when you do get attacked, you won't be completely and utterly buggered. In particular, when dealing with the Americans with a rifle, in that case, you generally really want your Grenadiers to be able to sort of keep each other covered and lay down some decent firepower versus the Americans whenever it happens. So just a small detail there. Also, of course, good job here from Nidaros. So he's not attacking up for him, instead going to hang to the wall, where the cover is heavy, but he overall have the advantage. Gonna need to fall back. So Rückfahren, get out, Mayibe. This is not engaging, you're going to win. Lots of riflemen in heavy cover versus short troops in light cover. That is generally a losing engagement. Grenadiers here slightly moving down, MD4 all setting up here. Grenadiers should just be retreated. They're down to less than half health and 2 men. That is not good. Another grenade squad, they're arriving. 3 riflemen so far here for Nidaros. No taking up or anything like that so far. Looks like he's going to sort of go for a rather deep flank. That could work. They should be mindful. There they go. Grenadiers retreating. MD42 shifting up since while here Nidaros, I mean, he's doing a nice flank. At the same time, he's also making it a bit too obvious. And he's not got anything to sort of attack from other flanks, which overall allows Mayibe to active focus up to him. At the same time, he took... I'll just briefly pause this since it is going to be a sort of mess we can do. But note what he did here. He attacked across home ground. I mean, this is a very large sort of amount of open territory, which overall gave the Grenadiers several good shots. At the same time, we're seeing an MD40 already prepared. So overall, this was actually, in theory, again, well executed assault, but again, or flank. At the same time, as soon as he did this, he rather undermined it heavily. In fact, he could very much risk now losing the rifleman. And then we got the MD42 firing in, point blank. MP40 got a thing with our rifleman here, also a bit suppressed there. And there we go, an entire rifle squad there lost. I mean, he really should have retreated immediately as soon as rifleman took enough losses of damage across here. Instead, he hung around again while attacking across home ground. We also now seeing airborne choice here. Oh, Gesundheit. My apologies there. But in this case, Mayibe got a bit lucky due to the way that Nidaros actually approached this, which is not very sensibly. I mean, again, generally you want to advance through cover, through the terrain. You don't want to be advancing across open ground like this. I mean, a straight line, that is generally what you want to avoid. So that was a bit of a mistake there. We are now seeing a mortar joining in, so 3 Grenadiers, MG mortar. Not a bad force composition there for Mayibe. Should be able to sort of lay down vast amounts of fire. Though again, he needs to sort of focus his force up a bit more. I would say. And we're seeing grenades up here for Nidaros still. No, wait, there we go. Lieutenant on the way, so grenades and a lieutenant. Things could get a bit explosive here under Nidaros' command. But again, we are noting here that Mayibe rather extending these lines because he needs to fall back as soon as they came under fire towards him. MD42 already down low on health. Need to retreat here. Wicksook. And then MD42 setting up here, closing in as well. And MD42 reloading. Tragically so rapidly seeing up here on the other side. More nearby firing in as well. Large assault going in, MD42 opening on the advancing rifleman there. Grenade going in through the door here. Escaping through the rear door. Down to 2 men already. Not looking good there.
Pathfinders reporting in.
Pathfinders being summoned in. We're seeing here nicely sort of execute a shot from cell sites. That's not bad. Not bad there by Nidaros. Mortar crew needs to get away. In fact, support weapons need to get out of them in the first place. There's no infantry nearby to support. Help them and for it's just spawn to support. So roll in a very bad position. It seems so far that Mayibe continues to. Oh wait, looks like he might try and get the MD. Oh no, man, it sets up there and dead. So roll. I mean, ensure you have something for support weapons. Actually, support. Do not leave them up in the open when they're in a bit like that. Particularly when your opponent launches an assault from several sides. At that point, Mayibe should have reacted rapidly to sort of support them. Instead, he did quite the opposite. Pathfinder hitting with this, that could easily end up a bit bad here for the Pathfinder if they're not careful. Oh, there we go, and then it ended up with Mayibe retreating in the face of such unfettered aggression. Pioneer securing northern point, central victory point being secure as well. Gunneries they could do with securing the MD42 maybe. Ambulance on the way, we also got the lieutenant moving out here securing the south there with friends. And of course a BAR. A Browning automatic rifle. A World War I era weapon. MD4 setting up here versus the Pathfinders. Down to 2 men though, again rather rapidly.
Ambulance ready for action.
Still very much left on its own. He really should be careful about that. In particular now that he knows his opponent has access to grenades. Assault occupy needs to fall back. They managed to cut off the fuel there. And there you go, the MD42 needs to get away. Not a good position. Low health. Troops with automatic moving close there. He could lose the MD42. And there we go, Mayibe again. Not really strong on understanding how to use his support weapons. Again, you don't want to have them hanging around like that on their own completely. He should have moved up skirmishes much sooner to support, particularly now they've got light machine guns instead. He's now just thrown away 1 MG42, which could have helped him a bit. Besides, wiping out that 1 rifleman squad there of Nidaros. So that was not really well handled support weapon usage there. Not at all, not one bit. But now we're seeing a larger force. We could at least stay up one kind of squad, at least in the building here, sort of fire with. But no, apparently not. Going down here, Lieutenant on the open, some rifle time from the other side. Where the other grenadiers, come on, Mayibe, focus up. Keep everything moving. In particular, when you've got 2 gunners, like machine gun captains supporting each other. Going to go for the grenadiers. And there you go, firing in. Weapon forced away there. Good reaction by Nidaros. Lieutenant and friends down to 2 other friends. Well, in fact, it looks like the lieutenant is pretty dead. So it's just the friends now. The lieutenant's out of the picture for the time being. More light machine guns up here. Also noting an officer's arrived, which means he's gone for joint operations. Bit of a long time since we've actually seen joint operations usage. The officer moving ahead here.
Security! A capture point is being overrun. Let's go turn.
Bit of cover here with usage, and of course having the gun points, but again he keeps splitting them up. Come on, Mayibe. Coordination, teamwork and all that. Rather than being rushed off. Bit of repeated movement here by the Pioneers, the Echelon troops trying to stop that. Not quite successful.
Boys, you ready to roll out?
No sign of taking up or any further units here for Nidaros. Mortar not recruit either. And he probably should have the field officer near some other units to sort of get a bonus there with the concentrate fire ability. And what's this? Looks like a scout has arrived here from Mayibe, the 221. Might be upgraded to a 222. And there you go, engaging the rear echelon troops. And there we go, firefight. Causing a swift retreat right there. Maybe me now having a bit of a more decent map control advantage over Tim, in fact. Taking up already, having only gone for a single scout car. He's got plenty of missions. He could consider maybe in the right spot having some S-mines down. But these guys need to retreat immediately. I mean, he's getting hit here with a horde. In this case, looks like he managed to get out of there safely. Maybe. Run, Dieter! That was bloody close there. Now, of course, this how will Mayibe actually react to this? How will respond and handle? And now we're just seeing a large horde here moving up, partly probably due to the way the MG42 is no more there, so there's only not machine gun team then. A quick drive grenade here, for example, could be good, though he should use cover into Deckung. Noting Barber into 2 Pioneer squads, if they have more than that. Grenadier going for this, wiping out half the unit. No sign of concentrate fire, and there we go. Much too late, though, much too late. He should have done that as soon as Viper began attacking to get some bonuses on all the weapons. Except now we're seeing it's, well, basically wasted minutes until he basically didn't manage to get off any shots with the ability. So that was not very well handled there by Mayibe. Again, there's some issues actually sort of chaining things together. The theory is there, but the execution is not, essentially. Airborne being dropped in there. Scout car getting much too close to the rifleman and getting hit by an anti-tank rifle grenade. Not good that Pathfinder's attacking. Not sure what the Pathfinder's actually attacking. They really should not stand much there. Now the question is, where are the airborne dropping down? Or was it actually an anti-tank gun or machine gun? One wonders. Oh, it was an anti-tank gun, it seems, and there you go, scout car down. Tragically so there by Lost. Reinforcing, need to get back on the field. Come on, Mayibe, you've got a large force. Get it moving, strike down the Americans. Make them fear you.
Taking our territory. Yes? Pioneers ready for anything.
Maybe also build that support core you teched up to. Just a thought. There we go. And spread out your men, don't blob up, Lieutenant here that needs to move to cover first, and there we go, contact 5 all the men nearby, good, better. Grenade failed to make much impression there upon the good officer. But really, he needs to be seriously careful about this, in particular his opponent having all those grenades about. One well-positioned rifle squad could easily cause a lot of damage. There we go, another attempt at the grenade. There we go, half a unit down. Rather than moving forward. Efficiency free. And there you go, airborne dropping down, although one has to point out awfully close to the enemy. Looks like he's making a Crete drop, which is generally not the kind of drop you want to make. Not least without sufficient support to basically keep the defenders' heads down. So in this case, we already saw poor Hank there getting murdered on drop. Pathfinders need to fall back as well. And now he's actually charging straight into all of this. Oh, absolutely insane rifle grenade there. German force here a bit shattered, but overall they were able to drain out the life force of this American assault force. Well done there. And we got an Austrian flak panzer on the way. An interesting move. He probably hasn't seen the majors, of course, doesn't know his opponent might be getting tanked anytime soon. And versus, of course, the Americans. I mean, a flak panzer can generally work alright. So it's not such a bad idea. Though again, need to get back on the field. Map control really does not seem to be, or at least, you know, maintaining a proper field presence, his forte. But time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is, well, blood's being shed on both sides. Maybe me slightly hit there in terms of kills and damage, but again, I mean, he's basically always having to retreat afterwards. Right after that, there's no half tracks, no bunkers at the front to sort of help support him and keep things going that way. Also, he's still yet to get around to recruiting that mortar. I definitely think that would also help him a bit. So you get that back. Also tries to get back that fuel point and things around here and focus his troops a bit more, but at the same time not block them up either. You should look for the middle ground, if you will. Flak Panzer's not a bad idea, but again it could prove to be a bad move. I probably should have started out with a Panzer IV, considering the timing of things. Then he could have thrown their Flak Panzer if he so wanted. So would be my thoughts on the subject matter. A single Panzer escort could maybe also work out, but then again an MG4 I think would in the end work out better. Overall, they'll keep up the pressure, get things back here, set up a defense around here, get some S-mines down if possible, guarding some of the more vital points. But otherwise, keep up the harassing over here. That's generally not a bad thing there. Certainly keeps forcing Nidaros to have to pull forces back over there all the time. Looking at Nidaros, I mean, he's got a much larger force, but he's also taking quite a bashing in here and there. You should definitely consider soon getting some armor. I mean, a Sherman would definitely be a good start to punish his opponent. Also maybe recruit that anti-tank gun you called in, and also get those paratroops back healed up, and also get them a Browning LMG pair there as soon as possible. Otherwise he needs to again, work on his unit preservation, learn to retreat a bit faster. He's bleeding out a bit awfully much here, which is only to the advantage of his opponent. So that's definitely something here that Nidaros needs to be more careful with. Also pressuring more on the flanks here would be good, and again trying to outmaneuver perhaps a bit more sensibly this time around. And I suppose if we could grab that mortar, that would be a small coup for him, since that would give him a bit of light artillery plus smoke. So there you have that. Back to the fight. Back to the fight.
How can we help?
I mean, versus the American, an early Flak Panzer can work, but that rather requires you to have a decent idea what he's going for. I mean, if you see the mate in particular, he knows there's a major who paid attention, in which case, oh, there we go, he probably realised that the Flak Panzer is not a good idea. Good job, they should go for the Panzer IV then. Because the major can mean, of course, armour, which the Flak Panzer could not do well with. On the other hand, if he'd say have been a captain, then he knew the biggest thing would be a steward, in which case the Flak Panzer would have an alright chance of surviving. So that's a little thing there to keep in mind. There we go, Panzer Kampfwagen 3 on the way, so in this case he made the right direction choice. Well, he went in the right direction anyways.
The enemy is attempting to
But the
steal
correct
our
choice, the
sector.
correct decision. That was the word I was looking for, decision. Damn that headache. And it's going to be being held up. Troops in building as well. Officers get up there again. Concentrate fire. Concentrate fire. Use that ability. I mean, you're calling out the officer. You want to use concentrate fire as much as well. There we go. Again, he always seems to be a bit late with that. Still 20 kills already. Gutes Arbeit, Leute. Panzer IV on the way.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Panzerkampfwagen 4 ist hier. Pioneer's in a bit of trouble as the larger force from Nidaros there pushes north. You could upgrade with the Pintermount machine gun there on the Panzer IV, if you so fancied. Fuel point retaken as well. Gutes Arbeit. Not much response or vigour from Nidaros all of a sudden, but he finally got around to actually recruiting that anti-tank gun. That was about damn time. About damn time. Come on, get that mortar moving. Schnell, and there we go. Panzer is now arriving from Mayibe. But not a lot else happening. Unit standing about doing nothing. And Pioneers are going straight versus Lieutenant. A very bad idea there by Mayibe, but looks like he confesses to his sins and retreats rather than waste his men in a fit of folly. Moving here, going for the munitions. He could try and call in the artillery barrage, but that might easily be dodged. So, but really, I mean, he's got a large force. He really needs to get active with it, attack his opponent. I mean, there's something going on here. Something going on here. Take the panzer and some infantry and clear it out. Don't just stand about with all those troops doing absolutely bugger all. Second Panzer IV could soon be inbound, and there you go, going after the lieutenant. There we go. One of his friends beat him down. There you go, the lieutenant rapidly followed after. No survivors. There you go, looks like some armor on the way here for Nidaros, Sherman. Artillery barrage ready, airborne hanging about here. Good spot for an artillery barrage right now. They could also just try and get the ambulance. Careful, he does get too close, they're going to hit my anti-tank rocket grenade, and they're going to tank and fire. There you go, anti-tank rocket grenade also off, call in the artillery barrage, call in the artillery. Or get the ops up to lay down the smoke barrage, but again, you know, where was the support? Come on, Mayibe me, coordinate things. I say we got the Sherman here opening up on the Grenadiers, charging in with a 50 caliber already on field at the top. No sign of a Panzerfaust. There we go though, hitting the rear engine there. Shot on the Panzer IV. Both sit-step damage, but now we've got the anti-tanker moving up there. They go, opening up on the Panzer IV. Veterans one here for the anti-tanker. Panzer IV kaput. Mortar recruit up all the way, finally. Panzer IV could be rebuilt though, come on. Troops pushing up here, but coming under here far from the Grenadiers for the light machine gun. Concentrate fire also finally goes up. I mean, you know, everything just seems to happen delayed for Mayibe me. Definitely needs to sort of work up slightly there on his reflexes if possible. Another Panzerfaust sets the Shermans out of commission and straight into ditch. In fact, beyond the ditch and onto the road. He could clear up that anti-tank gun there with the Panzer gunners, but seems to be refraining from it. The second Panzer IV there on the way to replace the one tragically lost there by Mayibe me's folly. After taking some shots there, mortar recruiting or resetting. Panzer's moving up to deal with the rifleman. Quick grenade there against the Panzers that give out a lightning in return. 32 for the officer, mortar also getting away. All troops need to reinforce. March schnell.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
The entire force here lined up. Anti-tank can do with a bit of healing reinforcement. He could also just, you know, pull up the ambulance instead of retreating back the troops, wasting time on that. Just move up the ambulance, heal, and in fact also the other troops at the front line. Instead, that did not happen.
The enemy is attempting to steal
Bit
our
disappointing
sector.
that, bit disappointing. Same with the anti-tank gun. But spreading out here from his victories in the centre. You could get another Sherman, you could also get a Jackson. That would certainly put a bit of hurt there on Mayibe me's Panzer. This Panzerkampfwagen. We're back here to Nidaros. Another Sherman on the way. Still a bit off before you get some Brownings on the airborne, which would definitely put a lot of pressure on the infantry. Again, just holding up. Come on. Mayibe me be a bit sensible here. Opponent, on the other hand, had something like, say, Scott. Or Sherman with high close rounds like he's up there. Up to that grenade, but again standing out in the open. Throwing the grenade when he was actually out in the open. There's a lot of units lost automatics. Bad idea there by Nidaros. Consider your situation before you lob a grenade. Lieutenant moving up there. Cap airbolting, and they go contact fire as well. Panzer IV moving in as well, having apparently done nothing at all. Taking a bit of light fire there. Anti-tank gun doing very little. There you go, shot went off, armor piercing rounds. Oh, ultra take aim, good, good. Panzer IV needs to get away. Schnell, Jürgen! Put it in reverse! That's not reverse, that's forward, you dumb bastard. And there you go, fun grenade, pops of Pathfinders on the path to hell.
Infantry unit being wiped out.
Small victory there.
Tank support is
Another
here.
Sherman there.
Sherman ready.
It seems like Mayibe me is not very strong at sort of coordinating troops. Either just sending up one at a time or just throwing them in the one big ball. So that's definitely something he needs to strongly work on, since that's pretty much not very tactical and basically puts him in the extreme of being easily handled by a few well-placed explosive weapons. That's definitely something that needs to be fixed rapidly. A well-handled M8 Scott, for example, could do a lot of damage while sending the Sherman high close rounds. Is moving up. Got a bit lucky as the Sherman couldn't hit anything, but there you go. Panzer IV being worked on there feverishly.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Still got the Sherman just pull up the crew and give it quickly repair. There we go. Still troops to move about. Come on, Nidaros, and get the anti-tank up a bit here. I think would be better support.
Morning orders, gang.
He could also consider setting up ambulance point maybe around here with the major acting as a retreat point. That could work out quite well.
Crowds are taking one of our points.
Another Panzer IV arriving. Looks like another anti-tank here being dropped. Still no sign of the light machine guns in the airborne. Makes it a bit of a waste, he calls them in. I mean, it's not that they're bad, but overall he's just not used them very well overall. I mean, even for the novice I generally recommend, especially getting the light machine guns, since they tend to be a bit foolproof that way. Tank there charging straight into the anti-tank and fire with arm-piercing rounds on. No chance they have not getting knocked up, but there we go. Artillery barrels going on, Panzer IV flanking. Panzer Sherman needs to get away there, in fact. Anti-tank gun turning in the midst of all of this. Panzer IV could go down, there goes Sherman abandoned. Could lose the Panzer IV here. Oh, main gun destroyed, needs to turn. Oh, chase it. Cleared out. And the anti-tank gun not recruited. Had he done that, and there might have been a bit of a chance there. Also, no attempt at anti-tank rifle grenades on the Panzer IVs either. A bit of props, their coordinating abilities and such. Not particularly well handled there.
Waiting orders.
And using his lieutenant to recruit the anti-tank gun. Come on now. That's not exactly very well handled.
Steady up.
Now you got another infantry wave following up here. And there you go, GG already. Again, a bit of a shorter one. Generally a bit too short for what I normally use, but again, bit of an exception made today. I mean, here you just sort of learn the lessons about, you know, getting all your stuff moving, but also, you know, being a bit considerate when you do actually make a flank. Consider, you know, how much room terrain you actually have to cross. Also, the retreat path, that was some mistakes they made by Nidaros early on. Also, in conjunction, I mean, you know, dropping anti-tank guns, they're not using the for larger part, throwing grenades while very much exposed. I mean, he was also a bit occasionally lacking in aggression, some other small issues there, I think. And apart from it, also, you know, his opponent, I mean, Mayibe definitely made some issues then blobbing up, and a single 50 caliber could make things very, very miserable for Mayibe. So why he didn't drop one in, for example, is a very good question. And certainly a bit odd. I mean, the grenades were sort of a nice thing, but ultimately he wasn't quite able to sort of fully follow up on it. So there were some problems there, if you will, and certainly also I think it was a failure not to aim for the Browning dual light machine guns as soon as possible. I think that would also put a lot of pressure here upon Mayibe's forces. So there were definitely a few headaches there for Nidaros. I mean, for Mayibe again, it was just basically blobbing up, never something I condone, and something I basically always say, knock it off, you silly prat. I mean, overall though, the problem was basically, you know, he needs to work on managing stuff. Several times he just have units doing nothing. He managed one unit time, he just managed them all in a big ball. That's not very good, that's not very efficient. Had Nidaros been playing a bit more efficiently, realizing a bit better what was going on, he could easily lock down Mayibe. So in this case, Mayibe got lucky that his opponent didn't know how to handle this. Again, a single 50 caliber, and that could have been easily much more painful here for Mayibe. Also, again, I mean, early on, some problems there. Mortar could have been accrued much better, and again the MG42 was essentially wasted after wiping out that first rifleman squad. So there were definitely some issues there. He could also done with mines, for example, sort of cover up flanks. I mean, there were a lot of things that could easily be done better, and the Panzer usage was also a bit abysmal, to be honest. At least he used, you know, concentrate fire, but beyond that there wasn't exactly a lot more to sort of really say that was impressive here from Mayibe, except that one rifle grenade. So I mean, overall there, a bit of a Monday novice fight with some pointers on different things, but I hope you learned something from this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. If this is Imperial Dane saying cheers.